Let's try something a bit different for this one. I've always gone for the foreign ones, but this time let's go to good old London. I've picked London to satisfy everybody. I'm not going to price up getting there because I get that a lot of my viewers are now watching from America. So let's talk about what you can do while you're here. And if you're coming from America, it's a great base to see the rest of Europe from, which you can see in my other videos. So let's start talking about accommodation. So what I normally do is pick a couple of hotels, one for a couple, one for a family. This time I think I found it all in one hotel. It's in Shoreditch. It's £154 for a twin room, which is perfectly adequate, and £266 for a family room. Now the family room's even got a kitchen. Boom, you can save a couple of quid and at least cook your breakfast. That is unbelievable. So for 4 people, that works out as about 60 quid a head for a weekend. For a couple, 75 quid a head for a weekend. That's already starting to look quite reasonable because Shoreditch is a great location. It's just into the East End. It's walking distance from Brick Lane, which is where you will get the best Indian restaurants in the world, outside of India, of course. And yeah, I love it down there. You're not far from Docklands, so much you can see and do, and you're still within almost walking distance from central London and the West End. Now, the other thing I really love about London is there is so much you can do for nothing. I go there with the kids all the time. Let's face it, we're only going to go for 2 days. You've got the British Museum. Why not see the Parthenon sculptures or the Elgin marbles, whatever you want to call them? Especially if you've gone to Athens, like in my other video, you've seen the lot. And it's free to get in. Now, when I was in Athens, it was €20 just to get into the Acropolis Museum, which, don't get me wrong, worth every penny, but you can get it in London for free. The Natural History Museum's fantastic. The only thing is, on a weekend, it is absolutely crackers. However, you just walk in, see the big dinosaur, walk out. Now, there's so many other little things you can do. There is still an original TARDIS by one of the tube stations. I'll let you find that one, but we went there last time. Another great spot to go is Covent Garden. There's street entertainers at both ends of the market. You can watch them. You don't have to give them any money if you're trying to save a quid or two. Another great thing to do in London. You've got to go and see Buck House, see where the King lives. As you're walking back from there, there's the Birdcage Walk, which has got all sorts of animal feeders, and it's basically full of exotic birds. What the hell are they doing there? There's a story that a few got let loose, then more and more went there. It's like going to a zoo, and it's free. So far we've got 2 museums and a free zoo. Then, of course, you can walk under the Thames, which is quite convenient when you're already in the East End. That's well worth doing. You start in Greenwich and you come out in Canary Wharf. Why you would want to go to Canary Wharf, I don't know. Plenty to see in Greenwich. You can see the Cutty Sark from outside without paying to get in. The Royal Observatory's free to get into. You're getting the picture, aren't you? Especially if it's your first time. Now, everyone likes a view. Now, you can go up the Shard. Bang. That's a lot of money. If you pre-book, the bookings come out on a Monday, go to the Sky Garden. You can see the Shard from there. It's just as nice. If you can't be bothered to book, go to the Garden at 120 Fenchurch Street. You're overlooking the walkie-talkie. It's still high up. It's got a garden at the top. Don't drink in the bar, though, because it's expensive. I think that's enough for 2 days. Not to mention a bit of walking. So if you want to dip your hands in your pocket, you can. Go on Viator, see what walking tours are available. You get in the picture. So you've got there, let's say we're doing the couple price, obviously it's more for a family. You've paid £154 to get there. All your attractions are free if you only do the free ones. What about eating? Well, you can always go to a McDonald's for breakfast. Bit stingy. If you're not a big breakfast person, just get a coffee and a croissant. That's the same all over the world, it's cheap. The beauty of London is, especially Shoreditch, there's some cheap eateries because they're all competing with each other for your money. Lunch, if you're a real stinge pot like me, Tesco meal deal. But just get off the beaten track a bit. Come a couple of stairs back. I'll tell you now, if you go to Chinatown, the set meals start from about 15 quid each. Getting a bit pricey for my liking, but that's cheaper than a takeaway in rural Britain. 15 quid each, sit down. If you're lucky enough to go in March and sit outside, well, it's still quite nice. It's a banging night, you can make a night of it. Even London has Wetherspoons if you want to drink. Theatreland. Now that's not a bad one. Again, if you pre-plan, you can always get a West End show cheap. The last show we went to see in London was Les Mis. I mean, it's the biggest, it's the best, it's unbelievable. We got seats for that for a tenner a head on Today Tix. Look it up, have a go. I'm guessing most of you who have got the remotest interest in travel have been to London. If you have I missed anything? If you haven't, what do you want to do? Put it in the comments. Thanks for watching and we'll see you soon.